Hello, everyone. Thank you for tuning in. Today, we're going to be looking at Bitcoin and just look at how it has is broken now for the X amount of time. I mean, it's happened a lot of happened often. Sorry, breaking up the 20-day moving average. If you like this video and the other videos that I make on this channel, be sure to hit the like button down below and also consider subscribing. Well, yesterday was an interesting day. Bitcoin dropped almost 6%, losing about, $3,300 worth of valuation. I mean, it wasn't so long ago when $3,300 accounted for a larger percentage drop. But here we are at $55,000 and a 3,300% $3,300 drop is 6%. What would this mean? So we again, as I said, we've broken the 20-day multiple times, um, and recovered just fine. So I don't know if it's necessarily uh, something to expect a significant drop. If we do see a significant drop, then obviously we would take it from there. But I guess the turning point will be in the next few days, uh, considering that these times it was a brief moment in time. So let's take a date range from when we broke the 20-day to where we broke out of it. And it lasted about 10 days the last time. And the time before that, it was about it was about 13 days. So it can happen. We can be below the 20-day for a little over a week, closer to 2 weeks, um, and still recover. So anyone feeling kind of bearish due to the drop, mind you, we've been here before. We've been in this area before, and shouldn't necessarily frighten you to expect that Bitcoin's going to, like, I don't know, like $20,000. But um, keep that in mind. If it does drop, okay, the first target would be the last local low, which would be here at $45,000. If we drop further down, hopefully we can make this as support and rebound, and ultimately this will become just a channel that we've been in since February. So that could be a possibility. That is one possibility. Another possibility is we break even further down, in which case it's the 20-week moving average that we'd have to look at, and on the weekly chart. And when we look on the weekly chart, the 6% drop didn't really do much. I mean, we're still in the upper bounds of the macro chart. We're still near the top. So we're still, in good shape. We are also fairly high above the 20-week moving average, but interestingly enough, we've been this week currently has been the closest we've been to the 20-week moving average since December. Okay. La the Yeah, the lowest we've had since then before this week was about 61%, 62% above the 20-week moving average. Today or this week, we're at 51.5% above the 20-week moving average. So, albeit that, we're still in good shape, the 20-week moving average is creeping in. Currently, it's at $36,300. It's gaining about $2,000 or so every week. So next week we're going to see 38. The week after that, around 40. Again, creeping up. Regardless what the price is right now, it is catching up. So um, keep that in mind. If we regardless whichever scenario, if we break past down this trading channel I have drawn here, or we rebound and move up and start moving sideways, the 20-week moving average will creep up. It will taper the closer it gets to the price, but it will creep up on us, and we might have the test of the 20-week that we've been waiting for a very long time. And in fact, it has been one of the longest periods in a bull market that we have not touched the 20-week moving average. As of right now, it's been 168 days. When we look at, say, the last time we've spent this far off before making contact at the 20 week. It took 140 days for the last rally, the longest of the rallies in last cycle, to touch back to the 20 week. It was 140 days. We're about 28 days over. Looking back at the cycle before the last cycle, you could say it was, you could argue here, which is 161 days, or you could say here, which is 224 days. So we're currently in our second longest or third longest period without touching the 20 week moving average. Yeah, this is 175 days. So the double peak cycle resulted in periods of Bitcoin not touching the 20 week moving average for a long period of time. And here we are at 168 days, creeping in at 175. So that is definitely upon us. I mean, also keep in mind, I'm measuring this from contact to contact. Okay. Currently, Bitcoin hasn't made contact with the 20 week. So we're still almost at like an apex if we drew it as a chart of touching the 20-week moving average. We've made contact with it once. We have yet to make contact with it again. And it's coming. We just don't know when. It could be in a few weeks, could be in a month, 2 months. We don't know. If you believe that we're in a double peak cycle like we were in 2013, then we still have a ways to go until we make contact with it. It could be another, it was 175 days for the closest one. So that would result in another week, or 224 days, which makes it about maybe 65 days left before we make contact with the 20-week moving average. So all of those are to be kept in mind. However, at the moment, Bitcoin is still bullish. I mean, we saw a retracement with altcoins and Bitcoin yesterday. However, I mean, there's still players that are performing well. XRP is actually one of them. It's up, 15% for the week, and last week it was up 21%. So we're seeing it creep up once again and becoming, people are most likely. I bet people are going to start looking at it because I was probably making a video of this afterwards. But there are altcoins still doing well, um, and and the Bitcoin dominance is still below the 140-week moving average. So things are still bullish, um, and they will keep on being bullish until they're not. And most likely, if that switch would be if we're like a stone's throw away from the 20-week moving average, whether that results from a big drop in the coming weeks or a slow bleed to the 20 week. And eventually we'll get close enough to the 20 week where everyone's going to start to panic and become worried and say, we're coming towards the 20 week. What do we do? So those are some scenarios that might switch off the bullishness, at least temporarily. But as of right now, I just don't see that right now. But that is all for today, you guys. Thank you so much for watching. Take care. Bye bye.